Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. How are you all feeling today? Good?
Good, Mr. Ismail.
Good, Mr. Ismail.
So, Mr. Secretary, do we have enough quorum to start this meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I am afraid that we still don't have a sufficient quorum to start this meeting. Mr. Luman just texted me that he will be a bit late because he is having some issue with his internet connection. He is currently working on the issue that he is facing.
Okay, let's wait for him. Few minutes won't hurt. Oh, he's here now. Alright, I invite him to the meeting.
I'm sorry for being late. I have some issues with my internet connection, but thank you for waiting.
It's okay. I understand the situation you are facing. Shall we start our meeting?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Before that, let's recite the dua before we start our meeting. Mr. Zainal, can you lead the dua?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Hamdan yuati ni'mahu yukafiru mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa karimi wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamata fid din wa afiyatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizq wa taubatan qabla al maut wa rahmatan inda al maut wa maghfiratan ba'da al maut. Allahumma hawwin alaina fi sakaratil maut wa najata minan nar wal afwa inda al hisab. Allahumma a'inna ala zikrika wa syukrika wa husni ibadatik. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, Rabbil Alamin. Oh, what a wonderful recite by Mr. Zainal. Thank you, Mr. Zainal.
Welcome.
Gentlemen, I am to welcome you to our first meeting of Big Brother Club. Thank you for being here in this meeting.
You're welcome, Mr. Ismail. Due to this pandemic COVID-19, it is really unfortunate to be doing our first meeting online. I wish we can do this meeting face to face.
Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Roman. Before that, are there any apologies for absence for today's meeting, Mr. Akif?
No, Mr. Chairman. All the members have showed up to the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Akif. So, I believe that we can now proceed to the next item regarding the matter arising. Is there any matter arising?
No, Mr. Ismail. Since all the preparation is at the starting point, I think we are on the right track to make it done before the barbecue day.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Akif. We shall proceed to the next item, which is correspondence. Mr. Akif, could you please go through the correspondence?
Yes, Mr. Ismail. I will now read the letter of thanks that received from the director of KPM Bandar Penawar. 7 August 2021. Mr. Ismail, Chairman of Big Brother Club, KPM Bandar Penawar. Mr. Ismail, it was a pleasure that knowing your club wanted to do the barbecue event among the staffs in KPM Bandar Penawar. I appreciate it so much because it's been a long time since the last event that were held here. It's such a nice way to improve the relationship between the boards and all the staff at this college. In addition, I already surveyed some plans and activities to be done on that day. I hope that the event will leave a mark in everyone's heart that working hard to make the program succeed. Before I forgot, can you set up the event at the KPMBP's field? I think it is the best place since we need to gather many people, and due to COVID-19 restriction that any event needs to be done at the spacious place. So, the field is the best. Once again, thank you for helping us. I believe I can benefit your club and look forward to meeting again soon. In the meantime, please let me know if you need any additional help. Sincerely, Mr. Mazan bin Mat Yusuf.
Thank you, Mr. Akif. It was genuinely nice to get such compliments from the director himself. It makes me feel more motivated to organize this event. Mr. Akif, please pin up a copy of the letter on the club's notice board. Okay, we move to the next agenda. Mr. Zainal, would you please come forward and present the financial report?
Sure, Mr. Ismail. This is the account statement for last month. So, everyone, please refer to the report that I have distributed while I'm presenting. This is the current balance we had last month, amounting to 600, while 200 is the amount we have for cash in hand. Since our club is not active last month, so we have a huge balance for this month. For the event, we had a lot expenses which include rent of canopies, which cost 500 including installation. In addition, 2 barbecue pit will be needed for this barbecue event, which cost 100. Lastly, 3 generators including spotlight will also need, which cost 400. So the total expenses for this event will be 1000.
I see. Thank you for the brief explanation about our financial position for the last month. Is there any question or comments?
Mr. Chairman, the way I see it, I think we can all agree that organizing a barbecue event or any other event will take a lot of expenses. I don't think that the money that we have on our account is going to be enough to organize a barbecue event at KPM Bandar Penawa. So we need to come up with a solution to cover our expenses for the event. Maybe we can find someone to fund the event.
Good point. I agree with you, Mr. Oman.
Thank you, Mr. Luqman and Mr. Zainal. I strongly agree with your opinion and action will be taken soon. Now, let's get started with our main consideration, which is special business. Now, we are going to discuss about 1. Barbecue event date. 2. Person who will be in charge of the event. 3rd, who will be involved in the barbecue event. And 4th, person to buy the raw materials. First, we are going to discuss about the date of the barbecue event. Any suggestions on the date?
Yes, Mr. Ismail. I propose that barbecue of KPM Bandar Penawa be held on 10 September, a few weeks from now. I strongly believe that we should make it earlier because the lecturers and staff want to concentrate on their work.
I second the motion because all the lecturer and staff are busy since the online distance learning introduced during the pandemic. Lecturers had to teach their students online, and it really has been stressful for them and for students too. Due to this matter, their schedule has been really compact. The date is perfect because it is on the weekend and the lecturer and staff can take their minds off their work and enjoy their time at the event.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I will have to oppose the proposal. I propose that the barbecue of KPM Bandar Penawa be held on the 9th September because it will disturb their weekend. They can use their weekend to prepare for online learning and spend their time with their family.
Thank you, everyone. I cannot deny that I do agree with all your opinions. Resolve the matter? Let's put this matter to a vote by a show of hands to confirm the decisions. Since there are 3 out of 4 members vote for the barbecue event of KPM Bandar Penawa be held on 10 September, it is resolved that the date for the barbecue of KPM Bandar Penawa be held on 10 September. Does anyone have anything in mind for this barbecue event? Perhaps someone who should be in charge to handle it.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate Mr. Lukman to be the person who in charge to handle this barbecue event, since he had many experience in handling this kind of event before.
Okay, good. Anyone to second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Mr. Lukman, how do you feel about this? Are you willing to be the person in charge to manage this event?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I am honored to take the responsibility to lead this barbecue event. As Zainal said, since I had several experiences handling this kind of event, I am pretty sure that I can pull this one out too.
Okay, let's vote on this matter, shall we? Will those in favor of the proposal please raise your hands? Mr. Secretary, please count the vote. Yeah, alright. Since everyone agreed to the matter, congratulations, Mr. Lukman. You got most of the vote, and you will monitor the event of that day. Shall we proceed, or is there anything that you guys want to add?
Mr. Chairman, I want to propose that lecturers to be approached for donation towards the purchase of raw material.
I agree with Mr. Zainal.
I think this is not necessary, as we already have been fully sponsored by KPM Bandar Penawa Corporation. Why should we need more donations when the event is already fully sponsored?
Alright then. Shall I put this matter on a vote to see everyone's decision?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. I will now announce the result of our voting session. 1 vote was received to approach the lecturers and 3 votes received to not approach the lecturers. So, the motion to approach the lecturers for some donations was defeated by a majority. Okay, good. We shall right now proceed to the next special business, which is people that should be involved in the barbecue event. Does anyone have any suggestion on how many people should be invited?
Mr. Ismail, I suggest that we should invite Director of KPM Bandar Penawa, which is Mr. Mazan bin Mak Yusuf, lecturers and all staff, because they should be appreciated as they were the backbone of the college.
You say including all staff? Well, anyone to second the idea?
Great idea, Mr. Akif. I think we should invite all, as they all are struggling to make KPM Bandar Penawa as today. For sure, Mr. Ismail, I will second the idea. In addition, we should make some games for them to make the situation happier.
Excellent. Mr. Loman really know what Mr. Akif is talking about. Plus, it is a nice way to appreciate them. I admit it was a brilliant idea, but let us keep these meetings running back to normal, eh? Shall we? Do other members have any other proposal to say?
I think for now, no, Mr. Ismail. I think Mr. Akif's proposal is good, and I am pretty sure that all the guests on that day will be happy.
Alright, and if that's so, I will put this matter to a vote by a show of hands to confirm everyone's choice.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
For those who agree, please raise your hand. Alright, everyone raise their hand. Can you see that? Shall we close for this situation? Shall we close for this discussion for now and continue to any other business?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
For now, Mr. Mazan requested to make the event at the field of KPMBP. He claimed that the place is the safest place to do the event.
I think we can proceed with him because we need a spacious place to do it. Mr. Luqman, please inform with Mr. Luqman, please confirm with Mr. Mazan that we can accept his request.
Okay, Mr. Ismail, I will do.
The next item, the date, time and place of the next meeting. Let's decide the time, date. Let's decide the date, time and place of the next meeting. How about if we have it on the 9th of September 2021? The secretary, please check my schedule. Am I free on that day?
Mr. Chairman, you are free on that day.
Good. How about the rest? The 9th of September 2021. Good? Is everyone?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. The time will remain the same as today's meeting and it will be held here in Microsoft Teams.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Good. Therefore, it is decided that the next meeting will be held on the 9th of September 2021 at 9 a.m. on the Microsoft Teams platform. Is there any last suggestion on this event before we end this meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I suggest that we should include students on this event. The reason is that student is also the reason that KPM Bandar Penawa is so successful. In my opinion, they should be invited as a sign of appreciation to them as well, not just the lecturer and staffs.
Oh, I don't think that is a good idea. Does anyone agree with Mr. Luqman's idea? Or anyone want to oppose? I would like to hear from everyone I would like to hear from other perspectives too.
I would to oppose the idea, Mr. Chairman. I think it is impossible since the students is still at their home right now. Plus, it will also increase the risk of COVID-19 infection in the community. Since the larger the crowd, it will also increase the risk of the virus transmission.
I agree with Mr. Akif. We must make sure that the event will follow the guideline by Ministry of Health Malaysia to prevent or reduce the risk of spreading the virus among the community. We must always implement social distancing fully at our event with at least 1.5 meter from each other.
I agree with Mr. Akif and Mr. Zainal. However, to make things fair, we must vote on this matter. Shall we now?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr.
Mr. Zainal, can you hear me? Why did you not vote on the matter just now? Do you want to raise your hand or not? Or do you have any valid reason for that? Mr. Zainal, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Ismail. I have a problem with my internet connection just now.
Oh, it's okay. Please raise your hand if you want to vote. Mr. Akif, please count the vote and tell me the results.
Sure, Mr. Chairman.
Alright, I have the result. I can see the result. That is 3 versus 1. That makes the majority win. So, it is decided that the students will not be invited to the event. Now, any other matter, or we can end the meeting here.
I think that is all, Mr. Ismail.
I agree with that.
That's all, Mr. Ismail.
Alright, I think that's all for today. Before we adjourn the meeting, can I have someone to propose the meeting to be adjourned?
Mr. Chairman, I propose that we adjourn the meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Oh yeah, before we end this meeting, I would like to ask Mr. Zainal again to lead the dua upon our closing of the meeting. Mr. Zainal, can you recite the dua?
Sure, Mr. Ismail. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Maha suci Engkau ya Allah, segala puji untukmu. Tidak ada sembahan yang berhak disembah selain Engkau. Aku memohon ampun dan bertaubat kepadamu. Amin.
Amin. Thank you, Mrs. Zainal Lukman. Thank you, everyone, for your active participation today. Till we meet again in the next meeting, inshallah. I now declare that the meeting is closed. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Ismail.
Thank you guys.
Uh,